Tonight, new legislation aimed at keeping you safe. In 2012, a tornado struck right in the middle of the night, devastating homes, even plucked a child from his bed and dropped him right in the middle of 485. But could advanced technology have warned that family ahead of time? Lawmakers consulted our very own Brad Panovich for his expertise. And NBC Charlotte's Anjanette Flowers joins us now with the push for Doppler radar right here in this area. Hey, Angie.
Hey there, Bill. You know, most people probably think, don't we already have this? Well, no, not quite. That's why lawmakers are proposing this idea for Doppler radar, because they say it could have predicted the tornado that hit here in the Reedy Creek neighborhood, destroying the home that once sat behind me 3 years ago.
It was 2:30 in the morning, and those homes were hit, and those kids were tossed on the 485.
We all remember these images from 2012. An EF2 tornado hit in the middle of the night without warning.
There was no warning for that because the radar couldn't see it.
And the radar didn't see it because, as our NBC Charlotte chief meteorologist Brad Panovich points out, is because the radar is too far away.
And so it took a lot of people by surprise.
Now, Senators Richard Burr and Congressman Robert Pittenger are pushing for legislation that would require a National Weather Service Doppler radar right here in Charlotte.
We used to have a Weather Service office here in Charlotte. When they reorganized everything, they ended up moving it down to Greer, South Carolina, between Greenville and Spartanburg. So the radar now is almost 84 miles away from downtown Charlotte. And when you get up towards Cabarrus County, Rowan County, Iredell County, it's even farther away.
Senator Burr says what's in place right now is insufficient and doesn't give meteorologists like Brad the tools they need to do their jobs. That's why the senator consulted Brad, who's been forecasting the weather for 18 years, 13 right here in Charlotte.
So tornadoes, downbursts, certain types of severe weather aren't picked up by that radar. It's just too far away.
Congressman Pittenger points out Charlotte is the largest metropolitan area without a National Weather Service Doppler radar facility.
I would be reassured to know that we have that. I mean, I have children. I would want to be as prepared as I possibly could to keep my family safe. I think most people would.
Charlotte's one of the fastest growing cities in the country, and here we are without a Doppler radar.
And so if this bill passes, Brad tells me they're looking at building it along I-85 between Charlotte and Greensboro at a cost of some $15 million. Live tonight in eastern Mecklenburg County, I'm Anjanette Flowers, NBC Charlotte.
So, Brad, shed some more light on this. Why do all these bigger or smaller cities have this, but we don't? And this is a fast-growing area.
It's kind of interesting. There's only one other city in the United States that is big as us that doesn't have a radar, and that's Columbus, Ohio. And theirs is actually a little bit closer. The next city that would be farthest away would be a city that has about 54 miles away from the radar site. So for us to have one so far away is kind of unprecedented. And part of it happened when they reorganized the Weather Service. They ended up a little horse trading between Jesse Helms and Strom Thurmond back then, that they moved one office down towards his district where he grew up in the upstate of South Carolina, and they put another one in the eastern part of the state where Jesse Helms was from. And it's really all comes down to politics back in the day.
And again, this is because the radar, when it gets further away, the curve of the earth, it just goes over you.
Yeah, people think it just, it shoots out in a straight line. It does, but remember, the earth is a curve. It's a sphere. It curves away, so as you get farther away, the beam goes higher and higher. By the time that beam gets to trade and Tryon, it's almost 10,000 feet up. And think about a tornado. Where does it occur? Down close to the ground.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah, really
Brad,
interesting.
thank you.
Thanks, Brad.
New tonight.